So audience, what if I tell you we have another talk show with us? And the host for the same is Inayat Dhingra. So let's raise the toast and welcome her. Are you ready, Inayat? You're good to go.
Hello everyone and welcome to Kadak Chai with Gurukul Drona. This is Inayat Dhingra and today it's a great honor for me to have you all. So now grab some namkeen biscuits and some Kadak Chai because today I have the great privilege to introduce you all to the most talented girl who is an international ace shooter who has won many awards and has not only brought fame to her own family but to the whole country. Please present Miss Soumya Gupta.
Yay!
Hello ma'am, how are you? Ma'am, you're muted.
Sorry, I was just saying that I'm so honored that Mr. Agarwal invited me here and I could be here to share my story with you all. And I'm very excited to talk to you, Inayat.
I'm also very excited. So today I have a bunch of questions which I would love if you answer.
Yeah, sure, please.
So before asking any questions, I would like to ask, will you give the answers or will you shoot the answers?
Well, I mean, obviously I have to talk about the answers. I mean, I can't, it's not really allowed, but if it was, I would definitely show you my skills and show off all the talent that I have, gained in so many years.
That's great. So the first questions that I would like to ask is, what inspired you to be a shooter?
Well, I would love to give you all a very rosy picture and say that, I saw a great athlete and I was so motivated and stuff, but I honestly just stumbled upon it. My uncle is actually a shooter, and you know how us kids are in school. We just want to go to school, come back, have a lunch, sit in the AC, watch some TV, that's it. So my uncle one day came home and he said, enough of this. Now you're just sitting at home, you're doing nothing. So he literally dragged me to the shooting range, like let's go see something else, do something different. So that's how I discovered it, and now I'm just in love with it, can't let go of it.
That's great. So what all international matches you have played where you have represented India?
Well, in over 6 years, I've been shooting for 6 years now. I've represented India in over 10 World Cups and 4 World Championships, about 3 Grand Prix, 2 Asian Championships, and a lot more domestic competitions and everything.
That's so wonderful. I totally want to become like you when I grow up.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I heard that you started shooting when you were in school, right?
Yeah.
So was it difficult to cope up in studying while you were doing shooting?
Well, I mean, of course, it was really difficult. Like, I remember a time when I used to, obviously, you can't miss school. So after school, me and my brother, we both used to shoot at the time. And our car used to come and we didn't go home. We used to have a lunch in our car and straight go to the range. We used to change there and train for another 5-6 hours and reach home at dinner time every day. So that was my schedule. Like, I would leave home at 7:30 in the morning and reach home at 7:30 at night.
Wow. I guess when we are determined to do something, we achieve it. So like something like this has happened with you. You go somewhere and then someone comes and asks, "Hi, what do you do?" So you tell them, "I'm a shooter," and they misunderstood and got scared and ran away from you.
No, actually, I mean, people do get taken aback because they don't really expect, to meet a shooter like that, or they, sometimes they think that, I'm talking about some film shooting or some documentary shooting. But after a while, when they've calmed down, they're actually, they ask me a lot of questions. They have a lot of questions because fortunately or unfortunately, we're only a number of shooters, a handful of shooters, and it's not a sport that is exposed to a lot of people. So people are very curious about it. And I love to answer any and every question I can get about it.
Even I'm very curious about shooting. Like it's kind of a new sport to me too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, not a lot of people are exposed to it.
Yeah. So soon we all are going to enter that age where we have to make a decision. So we would love to know, like, did you had any parental pressure when you were choosing any academic or career choices?
Well, I just have to tell you that I have been so lucky to have the most supportive parents, and I'm so lucky to have been born in such a great family. And my honestly, my support system is the best. My parents have never pressured me to go one way or another. Like they've always told me to, follow your passion, have a passion, follow that, and you'll be successful in anything you want to. But you should just be passionate towards it, and you should have an interest towards it. So I believe that's very important if you want to succeed.
That's very nice. So what potentials you believe a shooter should have?
See, the skills I would say is not necessarily pertaining or limited to a shooter. I believe any sports person and any person for that matter who's successful at what they do is going to tell you the same thing, that first of all, you need to have a passion for the subject. Like it could be business, it could be education, it could be sports, anything you do, you need to have an interest in that field. Secondly, you need to obviously work hard. I mean, it's cliched, but it's true. There is no substitute for hard work. You need to put on this 8 hours, 10 hours of work every day without fail. You need to be determined. And I feel most of all, the thing that I've learned in my whole career is that I have to be patient. That no, it doesn't matter how many hours you're putting, it's going to take you a certain amount of years or a certain amount of time to get where you want to be. You can't expect that, just because I'm spending so much time, I need to get there right now, I need that world championship or a world cup right now. You need to be patient and you need to work and hone your skills so that you can get to that level.
Well, I have heard hard work is the key to success, but today I can see the example that hard work is really the key to success.
Thank you so much.
So what is the most remarkable moment of your life?
Well, I'm lucky enough to say that my entire journey has been extremely remarkable. I mean, wearing the Indian flag on, I get to wear the Indian flag over my heart, and that's the biggest achievement of my life. Like, I have 2 international medals, so every time, I don't know if you've seen it in the movies or something, but whenever you win a medal in a foreign country, in this remotest short, like the small town in some other country, and you go on the podium and they play your national anthem and they hoist your flag, I mean, that feeling is just indescribable. It gives you goosebumps every time that happens. And I want to tell you how it feels, but there are just no words. I mean, there are tears in your eyes and there's goosebumps, and that all the foreigners are just, all the people from different countries are standing up and giving you a standing ovation and applauding your country and singing your national anthem, and it's just beautiful.
I think it would be a very remarkable experience. So what was the experience of your first day when you went for shooting? What were the challenges and difficulties you faced?
It was actually, I had a lot of mixed feelings that day because I mean, first of all, that day I think it was at least 48 degrees, sweltering heat, and so my sport is an outdoor sport, and it was really bad. I was like, I just want to go home, I don't want to stay here, it's been 4 hours, I'm here, I'm getting out of here. And then and it's very loud, obviously, if you've heard, I mean, obviously guns and all, they're very loud. And then I got to shoot my first shot. I'm very excited, jittery, scared. Shot my first shot, and it hurt me on my chest and my cheek. So by the time I came home, my cheek was double the size it is right now, full. It was really swollen, and my chest was swollen. So that day when I came back home, I told my parents, I was like, this is not for me, I'm never going back there, it's so hot and it hurt me so much, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And you can't believe, a day after that, I don't know what happened to me, I just got up and I was like, I need to go back. I was like, I got a taste of that. I know it hurt me, but that feeling, that adrenaline was just unmatchable. I haven't felt anything like this and I need to go back.
That's very awesome. So thanks a lot for this lovely discussion. Now I would like to open up questions with a member of the audience. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand and feel free to ask them. Anyone?
Soumya, we're really, really proud of that you're representing India in shooting, and we're extremely honored to have you here at Kadak Chai with Gurukul Drona. Thank you so much for gracing the occasion, and thank you so much for sharing your life experiences. Very few of us get this chance of actually standing on the podium when the national anthem is playing, and I can relate with that feeling that is indescribable. Congratulations that you've lived that feeling. That's the dream feeling for every Indian.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
so
The
proud
honor
of
is
you.
all mine to be here with such wonderful and such young kids who are so confident. I just saw Divyanshree's speech, and everybody, Shreya, they're all hosting so well, and I didn't have half the confidence that these kids have right now, and I wish I was like half as confident as they are. They're
Thank
doing
you
a
so
wonderful job.
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you so much. I'm sure that the audience would love to ask questions. Anybody, please ask. The ace shooter Soumya Gupta is online and waiting for your questions. Punya, go ahead, please.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi.
It's great to have you here. So my question is, like a wrestler, to be a wrestler, you need a good body. What is required to be a shooter?
So, there's a misconception that, shooters just have to stand and, they just have to shoot. So they don't have to be as athletic as maybe a wrestler or a football or a basketball. But let me tell you, my gun is 6 kilos and I have to stand for at least 8 hours in sweltering heat or the most windiest of days where you can see trees falling or thunderstorms. And the pushback that you get from the gun, like I said, my cheek was swollen and my chest was swollen. You need to be very strong for that. So my days are usually like, so basically shooting is nothing. Like I have so much homework that goes into, that I have to put in so much effort physically before I even step onto the range, that is just shooting. The actual shooting part is only 5% of my training. The other 5% is physical training, mental training, nutrition. I have a team that helps me, and then that I go into a competition which is that 5% that I need to perform. So there's a lot of physical effort that goes into it as well.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
We have a question on the chat box from Sumangla, Divyanshree's mom. Sumangla, ma'am, please, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Sir,
Yes, Priyavrat, please go ahead.
ma'am, I am Priyavrat Manoj.
Hi.
Sir, ma'am, how to aim?
How to aim? Well, if I could teach you online, I would, but unfortunately, that's a skill I have developed in over 6 years. But I would love to teach you and get in touch with me next time you're in Delhi, and I would love to definitely take you to the range and teach you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great. Anybody else would like to ask? Quickly, go ahead. Shoot the question immediately to Soumya Gupta. All right. Well, I have one question here, Soumya, that we have in India, we have so many incidents of eve teasing and stuff like that, and I think Inayat also asked you a similar question. So if you have experienced any such thing, and then you get up and you then take out that revolver from your pocket, and then suddenly all those guys run away or stuff like that, we would love to hear it from you.
No, sir. Actually, unfortunately, being a girl, I know half of the women here, half of the girls here must have gone through some sort of eve teasing. It could be just staring, it could be some lewd comment or something. But so I actually am a shotgun shooter, so my gun is not this big. It's this big, a huge gun, so I can't carry it. But fortunately, like after experiencing, unfortunately, all that stuff that goes on, I've become confident enough to stand up to the person who's doing it, and now I feel like there's enough awareness that us girls are becoming strong enough to fight back. So people have stopped, I don't know, like obviously people are horrible and they do these kind of things, but they also know that once a girl is actually answering them back, they do back off. They know that we are empowered, we are becoming more empowered, and we are becoming more strong and confident, and we can fight our own battles.
So with this last question, I would like each one of you who is sitting here, and I hope each one of us had great fun, and wishing you a great future ahead, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Thanks.
Thank you for the terrific talk show, and it was such a great gupshup with Kadak Chai with Gurukul Drona. I loved it. Let's give a huge round of applause for Inayat.